Happy Sunday, everyone. I did take a moment and took a moment of silence for everyone that's still out here suffering. Thanks for joining your Girl Cooking with Steph. Today's menu will consist of some steamed cabbage, some baked chicken, and some rice. So first, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the marinade for my baked chicken. I will be marinating it with some fresh roasted garlic paste, some fresh ginger paste, I have here my cabbage already cleaned, washed, sliced and diced. So I will start off first with my marinade. And I'm simply massaging in to my chicken, my fresh ginger. I don't want to overbearing it, the flavor with ginger. However, I do want it to be evenly distributed. I want to be able to taste it. And I need throughout. I'm going in next with my roasted garlic paste. These flavors smell amazing. Okay, I have that rubbed throughout of my chicken. Get a fresh towel, let's toss that one. Let that water get hot. I am going to go ahead on now and season my chicken. Fresh turmeric. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Pepper. Before I add the pepper, so that I can see exactly the amount that I have, let me go ahead and add my poultry. Okay, I've added my poultry. I will now be adding some Apollo flavor seasoning. It actually gives the chicken a wonderful flavor without the salt. I will be adding my Lawry's. Don't need as much. I will now go ahead on and add my pepper. And my smoked paprika. I will give that a good toss. And allow that to sit there. Mixing everything through. As you're mixing everything through, you will pretty much be able to eyeball it and see exactly what's missing or what you need a little bit more of. And from eyeballing it, I'm missing my dried fresh parsley. Was going to do the big end, but I don't want to overdo it. So, okay, I will also be needing my OVV oil. Let's see if I can reach it. Got it. Okay. some more pepper. Okay. As it sits there, I'm going to go ahead on and get my vegetables ready for that pot. Let me even though I use the end of the handle, you never want to go from one dish to the other, whether you glove or not. And I do have my dishwater ran and ready to go with bleach in it. And wipe down before I cross over. Oh, I have a sneeze. It's the pepper. Excuse me. Okay, let me go ahead on and get my pan ready. For my vegetables. So as you can see, I have here my cabbage washed, cut, and ready to go. My cabbage is cut, washed, ready to go. I am going to go ahead and begin to saute my vegetables for my pans. That there for now. You can cut them as thin, as thick as you like. I am doing a green pepper as well. While we're line this pot to get ready for the vegetables to be sauteed. I have my oven preheated for my chicken. I am going to add some OVV oil as soon as this pan dries. I do not want water in it, and I will know that it's dry when I hear it stop sizzling. How was everyone's weekend? Hope everyone got some great rest, some great family time in, some me time in. This is my serrano pepper. I will be utilizing this serrano pepper with my dishes. As well as my green onion. And I will chop that just as I need it. Let me go ahead and get my garlic ready. I think I'll add one more. Fresh garlic is a wonderful reducer for high blood pressure. That pot has stopped sizzling, so we know that it is hot and it is ready for your vegetables to go in. So let me turn this fire down. Y'all know my smoke detectors, oxygen and monoxide detectors are very, very sensitive. So I am going to go ahead and add that oil, which would be just say 2 tablespoons. I'm adding my garlic. I'm adding a couple of my serrano peppers. I am adding a handful of my green bell pepper, few swigs of the red, and a handful of my fresh white onion. I'm going to allow that to simmer. And as I said, when I needed the green onion, I will go ahead and cut it in, and it's that time. So we're gonna add this as well. Okay, while this is sauteing, I'm going to bring the fire up on that a little bit. While that is sauteing, I am going to go ahead and get my chicken in the oven. It has been seasoned. Okay, she's sizzling. I'm gonna drop her fire, give her a toss. Looking to see if I have enough of what I want in there. And I would like to see a little more green onion in her. Get this chicken ready. Pan has been washed, it's ready. Chicken is seasoned. Going into the oven. And I want all my flavors. And this will be my water. But I'm just basically stirring and getting all my flavors out. Making sure my bottom of my roaster has the little liquid at the bottom. We don't want no dry baked anything. I was going to say baked chicken, but we don't want no baked dry anything. Okay. Spreading my chicken around evenly in the pan. making sure that all my chicken is skinned up. We want our skin up. In this case, that will be for the thighs. Okay. So we have our chicken in the pan, ready to go. Washing my hands. I'm going to put my vegetables on top of my chicken, and she's going into the oven. Okay, we have that beef water ready. Let's give this a toss. And this is what you want. I am roasting, can y'all see in there? I'm roasting these vegetables. Still learning on if it has enough of what I want to see in there. Being that it does not take the cabbage nor the shrimp long at all to cook, I want those to roast very well. So now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to add in my vegetables in my roasting pan with my baked chicken so that I can go ahead and put her in the oven. Red bell pepper, green bell pepper, fresh garlic, fresh green onion, fresh garlic, serrano peppers, okay. She's dressed and ready for the oven. I am going to hit her with a little OBZ oil for the baking process. I will be squeezing a half of a fresh lime juice. Let me go ahead and adjust the rack in the oven to prepare for this roasting pan to come. Because I know for a fact that I'm going to have to adjust this rack. So let me do that real quick. Being that roasting pan is large, going in the oven. Going in the oven. Let's put the top on. 35 minutes in, we will take the top off. As you can see, it's on my oven. That's why I went on in. Just with the rack. Okay. They're roasting. Now we're talking. Okay. At this time, I will go ahead and adding in my shrimp, which I have here, some colossal cleaned shrimp. Let me go ahead on and hit these shrimp with some Old Bay, with some fresh garlic, okay, those vegetables have roasted. I really want y'all in this pan with me. So let's see how I can bring you in this pan with me, if that's at all possible. Let's see. However, I have to move on. There is a time limit on building this pot. So I'm gonna bring her to the side, let you get in there. Those vegetables are roasted. That's what you want. I am going to go ahead on and add in my colossal shrimp seasoned with Old Bay and fresh garlic. She needs a little something, so I'm going to give a half to a quarter of butter. Half to a quarter, so she can blend in with that olive oil. And we're going to allow that to roast. Adding in the final pieces of the fresh garlic. The green onion. And all remaining vegetables. Okay. Now let that roast up. In the liquids of it, I'm going to need a little more butter. And a little more of oil. Because I want those to grab a wonderful sear. You know you have enough oil when that sizzle stops in that pot. Hear there? That sizzle stopped. So I know I have what I need. Okay, I am going to do my cleanup. You always want to wash your bottles off so that you don't cross-contaminate to anything else when you put it back in the cabinet. You also want to allow it to sit here and air dry before putting back. When things are wet things will stick in the trash. You want to have those have a chance to unthaw. Not unthaw, but to dry. And then I will go back over it with a dry towel once they have air dried. Okay, so those are wiped down. I am working now on getting this pot here roasted, getting these shrimp and vegetables to obtain a great sear, and they're cooking along really well. I'm going to turn the fire up because I want them to sear. It doesn't take shrimp long, however, it doesn't take cabbage long either. But I would like to cook those together so all those flavors can marry in with each other. So let me go ahead on and grab the cabbage. Once those get a great sear on it, I will be adding in the cabbage. Move those out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and put these back in the fridge. That fire is up. It's roasting. It can actually go on up a little higher. I want to sear. I want a sear on that shrimp at the bottom. Are y'all with me? Is that a good enough angle? I am such a bad camera girl. Let me take you there. My purpose and my goal is to get a great sear at the bottom. At this time, I will be bringing in the cabbage. I'm bringing the cabbage in now. I'm going to let you get in here and have a look. I'm now adding my cabbage. And those two will cook together. So let's go ahead on. Can y'all see me get to this pot with this cabbage? Let's see if I can bring y'all over here with me to see me get to this pot with this cabbage. Actually, I am going to move that because I don't want a big old mess on my stove top. So I am going to move this, sitting here, adding my cabbage to this pot. I'm going to take one of you with me so you can see. It's not going to work, so I'm going to leave you here because I will be back there shortly. You know, things fall all over the place when you're pouring something from a bowl to a pot. And what I don't want is a mess all over my stove. So, and that, of course, 2 pieces dip off as I usually would. So we're going to put this pot back on the stove. At this point, what's in the oven? Y'all told y'all about my detector. Bring it in. Getting that cabinet back onto the range. Yes, she's smoking. And that she is. Yes, she is smoking. Okay, I'm going to bring that fire to a 4, allowing the cabbage to catch up with the heat there. At this point, I am going to go ahead and season my cabbage. Same seasoning, fresh garlic. I will use a yay bit of El Polo seasoning, about 2 teaspoons. That's like my chicken broth. And as cabbage makes its own water, it will bring its own broth. A little pepper. I have the serranos down there, so I don't need a whole lot of. I am going to put a little oil so that those seasonings can stick to the cabbage. Not much. About 2 tablespoons of OBV oil. And I am going to close that lid and allow that cabbage to steam. Allow that cabbage to steam. So that's pretty much it on this first cooking tutorial. As my dishes come out of the oven and begin to be completely done, I will come back live with you from my kitchen to your home. Thanks for watching your girl Cooking with Steph. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.